It's our birthday. We are celebrating 1 year of talking absolute nonsense and STFC. And I'm pleased to say, as the balloons keep raining in on me, oh my God, that I'm joined by a full panel of special guests and your favourite characters. Let's introduce everyone as you appear on my screen. So we have Chicken69. How are you, Ben?
I'm good, Stephen. Pleased to see everyone. How you doing?
Very well. We have the man, the myth, the unit, Warren. How are you, pal?
Evening, gents. Happy birthday, everyone.
Happy birthday. Chips Morfuni is with us. Yes, for the party poppers. Good lad. How are you, pal?
Birthday. Yeah, I'm good, thanks, mate. I couldn't bring myself to wear a hat, so I ended up buying a big load of these instead.
Oh, so we can expect them to just keep going off throughout, can we?
They're going to be going off throughout, yeah.
Awesome.
Next, we have the Smiler. How are you, Rich?
Yeah, good, mate. How are we doing, lads? Happy birthday.
Yes, thank you, and to you. And the man who, and this hasn't come from me, but one of his oldest friends, particularly on the podcast anyway, being dubbed Poundland Fifey. How are you, Woody?
I'm all right, mate. I'm only here to find out what my annual pay rise is.
After that rant went
as originals.
After that rant went viral, Woody, I'm not surprised, mate. I would be too.
We have the master of the Ned report with us as well, looking very stylish in his hat, not rocking the antlers tonight. How are you, Ned?
Hey, awesome.
The birthday hat.
Happy birthday, everyone.
And joined by, as you can see in his background, one of his gay dads, as he's been dubbed. We have the lad simply known as Passport. How are you, Kieran?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Oh, no, I reckon for your nickname, we need to come. You can be Tar Pit or Shit Shirt Steve.
Shit shirt. I would.
Shit Shirt Steve.
As one of the great philosophers of my generation says, I am dripping in finesse.
Oh, is that what they say?
That's what they say, yeah. And all shenanigans aside, we have someone who is a friend of the show and someone who is, quite frankly, an inspiration, but also someone who only ever turns up when good things happen. That's why he's always happy when I invite him on. Last time Si joined us, he informed us, obviously, about the birth of his child. And recently, for anyone who follows him on Twitter, he's, you've had quite an interesting call-up, haven't you, Si?
Yeah, okay, I wasn't going to mention that, but you brought it up. Yeah, I've been called up to the England squad.
You have been called up to the England squad?
Yeah, so...
Congratulations.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, to be fair, I'd probably be playing Cole U for the end of the season, the way we're playing at the moment, so that's like the dream. But no, thank you very much.
And I promise no one will mention... Hey?
Not going to shag you, mate.
No one is going to mention the fact that we'll all laugh if you lose on BBC tomorrow night either.
No.
Although on saying that, we have to say this is a pre-recorded episode, so it's not going out till Saturday. So by the time you see this, Colchester will have already lost on the BBC.
Hey! Unlucky side.
I said, to be really honest, I said it already. I think the cup upset's going to be if we win. the way our season's going. So
Listen, so as we've said, we are celebrating 1 year of producing this wonderful, very professional, never bottom of the range, never lacking in quality podcast, videocast, whatever you want to call it. It's something I've very much enjoyed doing. It's something that started during lockdown, and quite frankly, I've made some really good mates doing this. So thank you to you guys for doing it, and even the crocodile tears from Kieran there. Thank you to anyone who has watched any of the, I can't remember how many episodes we've done in this year, but we've done over 60, I think, when you count all the specials as well. And for everyone who comments on the social media, we really appreciate it. I mean, you don't see half of what gets spoken about. There's a lot we can't broadcast that happens off air. We wish we could show you, but we would literally get taken off the internet if we did, and one or two of us might be arrested. So
thanks for watching the birthday special tonight.
Listen, guys, I'm going to ask, obviously, so this, as we say, we're now a year into this. I came up with the idea, obviously, you all, including Si, you all took part in different blogs that I used to write, previewing Swindon games and stuff. And it was the fact that you were all opinionated and passionate about your clubs, obviously primarily Swindon, which is why I asked you to be part of this. But again, I'll go in order. Ben, what have you found doing this as an idea?
Oh, I found it great fun. It's great to get a point of view across. It's great to listen to other Swindon fans, especially during lockdown when you couldn't actually meet any and you couldn't voice your opinions to other fans at all. It's like, I've got my family here, but they don't give a cat, really. Jack does, but none of them really care. So it is good talking Swindon to other people, and it's good to vent when you need to vent. And to be fair, they're a good bunch of lads as well. So it's
also worth saying on your own situation that Sarah is obviously one of our biggest fans, part of every episode, whether she wants to be or not, and probably more interested in this than actual Swindon Town.
Well, yeah, no, she's the voice in the background. She's always calling me a twat, so it's it's always a bit of fun. It's always a bit of fun. But yeah, no, at the end of the day, we're a sound bunch of lads, and it's actually a highlight of the week when I do these things. So it's
well,
great.
Cheers to you, Ben.
Cheers, boys. Thanks.
Same question then to you, Warren. What was it that made you want to get involved in this? Because you were one of the later arrivals to the panel.
Yeah, I watched a couple of the episodes and I just thought, oh, what a good laugh it looked, to be fair. And you want to vent anger when you're a fan, especially when we started doing these. It was bad times at the club, wasn't it? The football we were
Wasn't
watching.
it just?
It was just
horrible
awful.
doing some of the episodes.
And we were just all irate all the time, weren't we? Oh, it's awful, it's awful. But it's good to do it in a group because you all have a good laugh and you turn it into a positive sort of if you see if you can do it that way. But yeah, it was just a good thing. I watched it and I know Woody from playing football and I just mentioned, I'd like to get involved. And since then it's been, like echo what Ben said, during lockdown, it was just brilliant, wasn't it? It just took you out of the real world and we all had a laugh and it was just, and that's the way it should be. So, and that's what football's all about. It brings us all together as fans. And roll on the Christmas night out, we say, shall we?
Yeah, can't wait for that.
And Craig, when you came on board, we've had a bit of a laugh at times at your expense as one of the more elder statesmen of the panel. But I think it's good to have that balance, isn't it, of those that look back and those that are very much in the present.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been so much fun doing this, and like you say, me and Christian do come in for a bit of stick, being the oldies, I guess, and the gay dads as well for Kieran. But yeah, it's just been so much fun, and it was just what I needed. And as most of you guys know, in the WhatsApp group, I struggle with depression and anxiety, and when I do this, it makes me feel so much better. So like with Ben, it's like a highlight for me, and I just really enjoy it and always feel better. And such a good bunch of people who we haven't, until we all sort of got together, and none of us had actually met in person. And I met Joe, when he was lending me a book for the first time, and we went to the Hungerford friendly with Woody and Rich, and obviously going to games and everything. And it's just amazing, I think, how a bunch of blokes who don't know each other from Adam, apart from sharing this love for the same football club, and you all get on like a house on fire. And regardless of age or background or whatever, it just shows that football can really bring people together. And basically about a dozen strangers, it's we've developed some really good friendships out of it, which is fantastic, I think. And many laughs so far, and I think many more to come.
Here's to many more laughs to come, Greg. And I have to say that the point you make there is valid, because I mean, a lot of people watching this will know my story over the last 18 months. I know a couple of weeks ago, Ned did a very poignant moment about mental health and men's health in general. And so many of us that do these shows have stories. And like you say, the fact that we've all managed to come together. And I think it was Woody that first coined the phrase, doing these is just like, especially during lockdown, it's just like mates being at the pub having a chat. We don't take it seriously, but we enjoy what we do. And from the feedback we get, I think that comes across. So I have to thank you all for that as well. On the other side of the scale, Rich, as one of the younger ones, how do you find doing these kind of shows with us?
I think I'm always quite outspoken about Swindon Town. I'm always talking about Swindon Town and everything like that. And it's obviously fantastic to obviously speak to people that have a either a similar opinion or a completely different opinion to how maybe a game has gone, or and like you say, it doesn't matter. You don't have to have the same opinion as everybody else, but one thing you can do is come together and support the same team. And at the end of the day, the right result is what you want. So it is good to obviously get the opportunity and the platform to be able to voice that opinion, especially during lockdown, where you weren't seeing as many people out and about, and being able really to talk about Swindon Town. Sorry,
we've all just seen Kieran's changed his background.
We should enlighten Si soon about this one.
Yeah, I think it's only fair that Si should be.
Well, I'll explain. I will explain it in a minute.
Yeah, sorry, Adam. Sorry, Rich. Sorry, mate. Carry on, Rich.
But yeah, no, like I say, it's been a laugh and everything like that. So and I think that's the main thing as well. So yeah, no, I found it fantastic getting together, whether or not that's monthly or fortnightly or weekly. Yeah, it's always worth everyone pulls their weight as well in the group as well. Everybody has their opinion, and everybody puts something valid across as well. So it's really, really good.
And something you said there, which again I have to praise all of you for, and those that haven't either yet made it on for this episode, or perhaps won't make it on for this one, but have featured before, is this started during lockdown. Now we've essentially come out the other side to an extent. Life is kind of getting back to where it was, but the fact that you guys are still committing this time to do it, I think speaks volumes of you. You could quite easily say, 5 feet, look, I've got better things to do with my time now. We don't have to be stuck in our house. But at least once a week, you give me an hour and a half of your time to and provide the laughs for me. So again, thank you all for that. Before I come on to the other guys, Si, as someone who's now featured 3, 4, 5 times by the time this one goes out, obviously not being a Swindon fan, but being invited on to take part in something like this, how have you found it, kind of as an outsider, but someone who I've certainly embraced as one of the team?
Well, I'm always shocked when I get invited back, to be fair. But I'm always thinking maybe that's because the results always go in favour of you guys, or it's always draw. So maybe as soon as we start winning, they'll be it. No longer back. But I think he sums it up. We were saying, it's just like lads down a pub. It feels pretty much more of a pre-game pint than anything else. We just say you go to games as away fans, bump into home fans, have a chat about it. It just seems very much like that. And the fact, obviously, you've got the banter, plus what does come across is the love for the club that you guys obviously do have, that you go to everything. And obviously, when you're going through your hardship with your owner and all that malarkey, you can see just how pained you were. And it wasn't just a sort of on-off thing. It was just like from the heart, how bad things were going. But obviously, luckily, you come out the other side and having a good season. So you guys are having the last laugh with me sort of struggling to get a win. We're struggling to get a shot on target. We've got to start bar low to get anywhere. But yeah, no, it's good. It's good crack.
Now, again, as I've already pointed out, we're recording this early. Woody, is what you've just put in the chat that no one watching this can see true? Eddie Howe been appointed Newcastle manager?
Yeah.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah. It's just buzzed through on my thing. I thought I'll put it in the chat just in case we don't want to mention it.
Yes, it's
my principal, isn't it?
Jordan fucking bastard. You're going down with $1 billion in the bank.
Now, getting back to you guys and what being part of this is. Kieran.
You've got to tell Si about it.
We will explain to Si the joke in a minute, but Woody, I'm going to come to you next, as next on my screen. You're definitely one of the more influential members of the group in terms of a driving force. You've even taken turns presenting it when I couldn't make it. And obviously, you've been a big factor in the fact that we do a lot of talking and promoting of the women's team as well. How have you found this as a platform?
Well, some say taking turns, others say it's an application for promotion. And I've just written down ready for my annual appraisal as well, 5 feet. I'm okay to wait at the end of this call to talk through my new wage demands.
Listen, the demands that Si's putting in now as an appearance fee, now he's an international. None of you are getting a pay rise.
Yeah, fucking lone strangers. Where's your England international?
Kieran, you sod. I was literally going to say that right at the end. That was going to be my closing. I was going to finish off with, well, we're the only podcast of an England international. Well, in Swindon anyway. No, yeah, but yeah, I think a lot of the guys have said it already, really, to be totally honest. From my point, obviously, we look back at that first episode and it was supposed to be a monthly, it was going to be a roughly monthly thing.
Yeah.
And I think it changed into a bi-weekly thing. And now it's almost, twice a week in some situations. But no, I've absolutely loved it. I mean, I work from home as well. So it's kind of, although you feel like you want to get away from the Zoom camera, it almost feels like it's just back in talking to people about football. And, and it's not just football. We've had so many laughs about other things as well. I know we can't share everything off camera, but, it's, the group chats and everything and random holidays that people go on and all this kind of stuff. It's, it's fantastic. It's a really good laugh. And obviously I knew Rich, I knew Warren, but those two were the only two I did know really before I joined. And Fifey, I think you're not taking enough credit, really, to be totally honest, because I think this is you. This is
no,
the reason
I'm
we
not
all
buttering him up. He's buttering him up.
It is the reason 5%. It is the reason why because you could have easily, if it because it did take a while to take off. And we were patient and you were patient. And I think the only thing missing now is I just generally think more people need to watch it because we are a group of lads. We all have different opinions, but off camera, you would just think, again, we're just those lads down the pub. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. We've got good, it's a good network. I can't wait for the Christmas do out, especially to buy you a few drinks, Fifey, as well, 10%. But yeah, no, it's a great laugh. And to be fair, we're all in different areas of the, almost in the country. So, it's brought together 12 ordinary guys, I guess. And I think
10 ordinary guys, Kieran and Christian.
Right, are you calling Craig normal? Fucking
exactly. But
sober, I think he is.
Sober, he's normal, yeah.
Drunk,
it's been brilliant. I hope we just continue doing it. I know the world's getting back to normal now, but I just, I'd be more than happy to just keep doing it 20%. We just keep doing them. And I still think our ultimate ambition has to be that one live from the pub one day. I just think it'd wrap it up nicely. And the good thing is even if we do disagree, we all still, at the end of the day, we're all still having a laugh on and that normally at Kieran's expense. But it's, it's great, and I've really enjoyed it, mate. It's fantastic.
And Ned, you're next, and Woody makes a good point. The first idea was for a monthly show, then it was, became bi-weekly, then now it's generally weekly, sometimes twice weekly. But we've also done different things, haven't we? We've done the general weekly episode. We've done specials about favourite players, least favourite players, favourite kits, memories, from whether it's 10, 15 years for the likes of me and Kieran or 75 years for Craig and Christian. And we've done on the whistles. There's been times that there's been a match that we've all watched on iFollow. Someone's put fire up the laptop, and within an hour we're all talking about it. There's good versatility about it as well, and that's what I've enjoyed.
Yeah, absolutely. The on the whistle episodes was before I started, unfortunately, but on all the episodes, they're all a pleasure. One to watch, two to take part in. All different kinds of things, as you said, all the pre-season stuff, wasn't it? All this, as we called it, the summer schedule. That they were fantastic. That's when I first started. Much like Craig, I got so much from it because I was suffering with anxiety and depression as well. It sort of goes up and down, and that's probably why I disappeared off the pod for a short period of time as well, because that was starting to come back in again. But honestly,
we wanted our Ned back.
Yeah. But I absolutely love it. I love each and every one, and maybe Kieran as well. I mean, they're all absolutely brilliant. And you know, I mean, from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of my heart, I really want to say a massive thank you to all of you guys, but especially you, Fifey, because you know, you got me in pretty much straight away, didn't you? You absolute led you. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. You know, as I said, it's not just about the banter. It's, you know, if you know, for example, if someone's having a bad day or someone finds themselves in a different country and they weren't expecting to, then, you know, there's always people on hand to, you know, from this group. Not, you know, as I said, we have, you know, I've only met you guys once before, you know, so, you know, to get so much support and friendship from you guys is just absolutely incredible.
Bearing in mind, like, for me personally, the only one of you I've ever physically met was Ben, and he won't even remember meeting me. Because it was a...
You can't remember last week.
I was at it was an away game. I want to say it was Burton. And I'd recognised him from like Facebook and Twitter. And I was just like, hi, you're right. As he walked past me, completely blanked me.
Oh, mate, I'm sorry.
Unbelievable.
Oh, right, you must have been real big.
But now look, now
Me and my fucking big nuts.
but now big time Ben on his international podcast, he's still slumming it with us a year later.
Oh, I've got nothing but love for you. I am so sorry.
And last but certainly not least, he's had a bit of a rough ride with us taking the piss already, but Kieran, how have you found being part of the whole Fools Rushing experience?
I think you're all a bunch of fucking cunts.
We'll take it.
I'll take that.
Yeah, it's been good. I only come in because I thought, you know, I'm fame hungry, and I thought this would be a big break. And I thought it was really serious. I'd never watched one. I just seen you advertising people. I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Thought it was dead serious. And then realised after about the first one when Christian started speaking, I was like, oh, fuck. It's even better.
I echo that from Kieran, to be fair.
I was like, oh, this can be quite serious because you did your blogs and stuff. I thought, oh, you know what? It's going to be serious. No, it wasn't. That's even better. That's more up my street. So I get told I need to stop taking my work meeting calls to work at home like I'm doing this because calling my manager a cunt isn't allowed apparently. But no, it's been a good ride. There's been some shit times at Swindon, but I think it's made it. See, like, I don't look back on last season as too much of disappointment because actually I think we talked about it. We had such a joke, and by the end it was a bit of a joke, and then it got a bit more serious I think in the summer when we realised we might not actually have a club. But at the point you're like, is it a bad? No, it's a bad option. But no, it's and you're most of you are a great bunch of lads, you know, Woody's excluded, but no, you're a good bunch of lads. Obviously, I'd only met Ben before, but he recognised me, knew me because he used to take me in his car when I was younger.
I remember going away games. Yeah. Probably won it.
Take me in his car on away games. But yeah, it's good like to meet like I know you. Obviously Ned and Craig and Christian. And Christian, when you meet him, is fucking quiet in person. Like he doesn't say a lot. Takes a while to warm up, but like no, and it's all in that.
And he's got the weakest bladder as well, hasn't he? The weakest bladder. Jesus.
You're all a great bunch of lads. Like there's always someone to talk to in that WhatsApp group, and we all have a good laugh. I think we've all got very similar sense of humours, and we're all a little bit fucked up, which makes it even better.
Yeah.
And I think we're all there. I think it's a good support network as well because everyone has different. Everyone talks to everyone, which is really good. And obviously, yeah, it's been all right. Simon must be sat here thinking, can these lads stop fucking sucking each other's off now?
But it's the way you always like we all build each other up really well. Then you always end up with like, yeah, you're all right. So it's normal again. That's always right. It's always going really well. It's like, yeah, you're all about to cancel. I'm not donk. Oh, well.
I'm sorry, Si, you missed the part where we're Swindon fans. We're used to building a big picture and then being let down.
Yeah, there is a resident Cheltenham fan as well, but he couldn't quite make it. Apart from in your background, Kieran.
After Harry Purdy fucking ripped him. Someone's got to explain it to Si now.
After you, Kieran.
I mean, over to you. You're the one who's advertising it.
So we have a player called Harry McCurdy. Very different opinions from a lot of different people. Most of us think he's a bit of a twat, but he can be quite funny. he got Twitter, and this Twitter account, safe to say, it didn't last long. But Christian, who is not exactly, who probably shouldn't have a Twitter account. He voices his opinions on Twitter quite often. And the thing that got to know about Christian, he has 2 teams. Now, some people have 2 teams, and that's fine. But one of them's Cheltenham, one of them's Swindon. So some people don't like that. It's a bit too close to home. But you can get confused. They're both called the Robins. And he's from Cheltenham, and that's all fine. So anyway, he tweets Harry McCurdy, our Swindon player, about another player who he's having breakfast with, and goes, "Oh, you Frenchy shit," or something like that. And Harry McCurdy comes back with, "Shut up, Jack Frost." So Craig then makes this beautiful thing, puts it on the Facebook group. Christian then sends it to the said player. Have a laugh at it. Said player then puts it on his Twitter account, and everyone loves it. And he's fucking it. And Christian goes into a meltdown for about 3 or 4 days, and he hasn't been seen since.
The moral of the story is that Harry McCurdy took credit for Craig's work.
Yeah, Harry, that's great.
Which, in fairness, Craig has done 4 or 5 excellent artistic pictures and videos and stuff, which I've also ripped off by just sharing them from the Fools Rush In account and giving him absolutely no credit for.
Sending a cease and desist, whatever it is, the fucking cease and desist and whatever fucking,
Yeah. I'm going to claim the royalty.
How much have you had to drink already? I'm fucking talk.
Fuck off, I'm just thick.
The Avengers intro is the best for me. The Avengers intro. That's the one.
Going back to Christian, him sending...
Yeah, moral of the story is don't be a fucking twat on Twitter. From both sides.
But I have got to ask one thing from that, though. You ended that with, obviously, the Jack Frost scenario. Then you had a meltdown. It hasn't been seen since. Did you mean to have all the snow allergies in there, or was that just pure luck?
No. So I can answer that. As he's already said, he is very thick. So no, he didn't mean that.
Right.
But the thing is, going back to
scrub carpet.
Going back to Christian sending that photo to McCurdy, that's like he's never going to have an easier open goal this season.
He was asking for it.
He fucking needs it sometimes.
So, lads, there's a bit of a treat for you.
Christian, and it was funny, but Christian, I hope you're all right.
And we hope Christian's okay, because this is now 2 episodes he's not turned up from, despite in our group chat him saying, "Yep, I'll definitely be there. I've got a lot to say."
He's got old man walking football, isn't he, today?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's got walking football.
He'll be in later then. He'll be in later.
Just like this, walking back.
Well, it's just interesting seeing you making more weird movements after the last episode where you decided to go all Louis Spence on us for no reason.
Hey, Kieran, was you making those movements after Gibraltar?
I've never been to Gibraltar. I have no idea what you're on about. Yeah? That's why I sat on the plane. That's how you have to sit on EasyJet planes nowadays. You've got to sit your leg room.
Oh, that was just nice. Yeah, so I had to sit like
that.
Big Barry told me sitting like that.
Well, gents, as a little bit of a birthday treat and a little bit of a pub quiz, if you like, Ned has provided us with a little trip down Fools Rush In memory lane to see who's really been paying attention.
I worry how much time heads on his hands. I might watch this episode. I've not watched an episode of this.
So I believe I've made screen share available to you, Ned, because you want to show some stuff off as well.
Yeah, just one thing, but yeah, okay, awesome. Right, so what we're going to do is if you can put the answers in the chat, and I'll just mark you from the chat if that's all right.
Right, so Kieran's going to answer last every question to see what everyone else says.
Right, I'll say, this, by the time the end, I start this next question. That's it. That's the cutoff point for answering the question. If you haven't answered
obviously, this makes great viewing for people seeing us typing answers.
Wow, yeah. If you're listening on the podcast, if you're listening on the podcast version, you're fucking gonna have an amazing day.
I'll type louder.
I need to get 2 Zooms on because if I can't see the chat and see the screen at the same time because I'm on the phone.
It would be the youngest one of us is having the technical problems, wouldn't it?
I'm not. I just can't see both at the same time. It's just not a technical problem. It's just like you can't. It's just Zoom. It's a Zoom problem.
But there's only 10 questions, guys. Only 10 questions,
Only
right?
10?
Wait.
Only 10.
Rich was like, oh, they're
Just about to go really quiet. So all our listeners, we assure you that there aren't any sound difficulties. We are just answering.
And it's multiple choice to make it easier as well, all right?
Oh, okay. I should be all right then.
Okay, so how many episodes, panel episodes, shall we say, have been recorded in our first year? Okay.
Steve doesn't even know this.
Panel episodes.
Is that
Yeah.
So in the last year, how many episodes?
Yeah, so does that not include On the Whistle then, no?
Yes, that's a panel episode as well.
So what doesn't constitute a panel episode?
Because you put out loads of videos and stuff. Obviously, they don't count. This is just when you've had more than 2 guests
they're not episodes,
speaking.
All right, okay.
Yeah. So there we go.
I thought he meant by like, you know, when we've actually gone out and you know, like Craig and Joe going to the Tawny Owl and Joe going to the Undertaker.
So, Ned, I think what you should do for the viewers at home is just read out the answers as they pop up on the screen.
All right, I reckon.
No.
Right,
so it's A. Is it 37?
Nope.
B. 42.
Nope.
C. 49.
Nope.
Or D. 197, but Fifey lost most of them.
Hold on, why did you give us the multiple choices before?
This is the first question.
To be fair, he did say it's multiple choice. Even I heard that one.
Thank you, Si.
No one listens to him.
I'm just like worried how long
Karen.
these 10 questions. These 10 questions go forever if everyone's like having a big debate about like what constitutes this. What's that? I don't know. My missus will be like, how did you get on there for 3 hours? Well, they only did 10 questions.
So I sat with the quiz.
What else is a group of 24 to 55-year-old men going to do on a Thursday night?
55. Right, okay.
Is that rhetorical or is that question number 2?
Right, okay. Fifey, you'll have to check this afterwards, but I believe the answer is A, 37.
We must have done more than
you got it wrong.
37 episodes.
On you.
Surely we've done more than 37 episodes.
Surely
That's poor in a year.
Steve at the start, I must have done like 60.
Well, if we include the lost episode, it'd be 38.
Yeah, we've done pre-season, wasn't it?
Given Craig's age 20 years since we've started doing it.
Oh, fucking hell. I think
he's being generous.
I think the Dry Your Eyes video is going to be posted on social media.
Yeah.
Hey.
Or make a Woody the Cowboy one.
Yeah.
Love you really, Craig.
That Dry Your Eyes video is one of the funniest things that's never seen the internet.
Yeah.
But now you
Right,
have
lads.
to post it because everyone's going to be like, what the fuck are you on about?
We've at least got to send it to Si so he can have a laugh at it after.
I feel like we just need to add Si to the group chat.
Just get Si in the WhatsApp group.
We'll have a Colchester corner.
Yeah.
Hey, him and Christian, we got Colchester and Cheltenham. We're covering the cities. We just need a Crawley fan. We're sorted.
Go on then, Ned. What's question 2?
Right. How many times did Fifey's phone vibrate
Oh, fuck it out.
in the second episode?
Oh.
That includes, I assume, notifications and messages. How many times did Fifey's phone vibrate?
You know what? The first 10 episodes or so before I actually realised I could turn my apps off. What are the options? 706?
You sat there and counted this.
I did.
You know what? I'm applauding you for the effort there, Ned.
Dedication.
Yeah, I don't know whether to be
Dedication
amazed.
from Ned.
Yeah,
Surely, Ned, you've just got to be guessing the answer. You haven't watched it, have you?
I watched it.
You had a clip.
Little pen and paper. Little ticking off. One.
Yeah, that's it. 1, 2.
Well, then what's the answers, Ned?
So, is it A, 30 times?
No, a lot more. Keep going.
Is it B, 40 times?
No, keep going.
C, 50 times?
What's
Or
the next
D, 60 times?
Well, the fact it's a round number is impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely going 60.
I put C in the chat.
B.
Up a B.
My phone used to go off all the time.
I put on A, yeah, but wasn't the like one of the first episodes? It wasn't a long episode, so.
No, I think the first episode was about an hour and 6 minutes.
Yeah.
It was 37 minutes. So it's 37 minutes. How many times in his phone?
Fifey in his like length here, he thinks we've done 60 episodes and then it was an hour and 6 minutes. So it was like 37 minutes. So
exaggerating length is my speciality.
Right, okay,
that's
so
just
answers are in.
Go on then.
The answer was C, 50 times.
Yeah.
Oh.
50
Still
times
popular.
in 37 minutes. I wish I was that popular.
Right, okay,
he set an alarm. Just get Susan it. Every
Right, number 3,
seconds.
guys. Number 3, guys.
Sorry,
What event took place just before the first episode? Which brought the recording forward. So what event took place? Was it A, Doughty leaves?
No.
Was it B, Donahue leaves? Was it
Because
C?
that wouldn't have meant anything to me at the time.
Was it C, Wellens leaves?
Probably.
Or was it D? Hang on, don't try and give the answers to everyone, Fivey. Jesus.
Well, we can all work
Well,
out
there
if
we
we're
go.
celebrating our
You can
year.
answer
If
by
we're
saying
celebrating our
that's the
year, when did
answer.
Wellens leave?
Yeah. Okay. And the others.
Dead to me.
D. Was it when Christian had his first danger wank at the county ground?
Wellings left in November. That was easy.
So
Actually,
back to
Christian
D.
did that,
How
and
do you
Christian
know?
did-
A, how do you know that? And B, is it true?
Actually, Christian's
I
first
think-
danger wank
yeah, I think
happened
it
a lot
was-
sooner than this podcast. Like,
Yeah.
his first danger wank happened
You would have
like
told.
2000.
You would have told us. So you would have told us.
Yeah, we'd
He
have
sent
had
us a video.
His first danger wank.
We would have
happened
definitely
before
got a
picture
video.
phones. Nah, yeah, it happened before picture phones, I reckon.
He was taking dick pics before dick pics was a thing.
No,
He
you
drew
said-
them.
What
He used to
the fuck
drew
are you
them and
doing?
send them. He used to send. He used to draw them and send them to them.
Like a carrier pigeon.
Chiseled out of stone.
Do you reckon he used to
Caveman
do that
style.
for unsolicited dick- Do you reckon he used to do that for unsolicited dick pics? Like people used to just send them through the mail. Like how did people do it before phones? Ned, how did people do it before phones?
Hit the camera to boots and have it to
The little windy ones.
Amazing. Right, so we all know the answer to 3 is C. It's Wellens.
Yeah, I remember
Wellens
that.
leaving.
Yeah, Wellens.
Right.
That was
Number
a good
4.
episode to watch then.
Start of Adam.
Number 4. Right, this is the share screen bit. Here we go. Let's let the magic take place.
Pornhub pops up. Oh fuck, not again.
As long as it's not your video that you keep sharing in WhatsApp, Kieran.
Oh
Told you to
shit.
stop that's on my OnlyFans for free. If you want to sign up, £69 a month.
Chicken 69.
Chicken 69.
Nah,
Surely
69.
Fifey should get a month free.
He wants. I reckon you'd ask Fifey, you can have your login. I want to watch him wank.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time I've handed my logins round to everybody.
Or I was going to say, all they need to do is log into your TikTok, don't they? Follow you on TikTok, don't they, Kieran?
I don't get naked on my TikTok. There's kids on there, you Peter.
So what's
I'm
worrying
back.
is you guys all said this is the stuff you can put on the internet.
Yeah,
What goes on behind
imagine
it.
the shit that we can't put on.
To be fair, I was actually just thinking the same thing. So I was like,
We're just filling time while Ned works out how to screen share.
Fuck's sake.
Technical issues.
and now for an ad break.
If
Piss
only we
right.
had a sponsor, we could put in
Steam
this.
Iska.
Come on, more banner, please.
It doesn't
Come
have
on,
a
Ned.
countdown.
Fools rush
Oh, there
in.
we go.
We are definitely not hype.
How do you get cheese into it? No, that's right. No.
Have you heard an accident? It wasn't your fault.
Go on, Ned.
Fuck's sake.
Austin Pills production.
All right, Fifey.
You click share
Right.
screen, Ned. Click share screen.
Yeah, and then it says about changing the options. It's like, oh no.
Oh no.
I'm on the wife's
Shall
MacBook,
we
you see.
skip that question, Ned?
We'll skip that one till we're in a bit.
Is
Yeah.
it one you can ask without the picture?
Jesus, I guess probably so.
Oh, have you got the picture on your phone? Can you WhatsApp it to me? I'll hold it up to my camera.
Hang on, let me just.
I always did wonder why we never went
charades.
Charades.
Yeah, play
Fuck's
charades
sake.
for it.
Yeah. What is it?
Flaps.
Just entertain yourself, guys, for a minute.
We have never ever.
Oh, well, no.
Right,
I've
No.
never ever
Stop entertaining
promised.
yourselves. What you always say earlier.
We have
Again,
never
this is
promised to
right.
be big production or professionally run. We
If
remember.
you're watching
our
this
roots.
episode, I really hope you're enjoying this. This is top quality
Yeah.
fucking entertainment.
It's going to be amazing. that
They're
later on
watching
it's
this. They're
be our
just going to
first edit.
scroll it further along.
Yes.
They're just going to wait till Ned's moved.
Where's the good bit?
If you click on the right-hand side, double click, it forwards 10 seconds.
Yeah.
If you do it again, another 10 seconds.
And
There's
again.
this option
And
on
again.
my life. There's this option on my life, so I can skip this bit of my life for 10 seconds.
To be fair, you should be more impressed if everyone's still watching generally. Like, we're all like that. What?
Yeah, I'm shocked there's like that one guy that watches.
Yeah, I know. There is a bloke that watches, isn't there? Gives us feedback and everything. Hello, fella. By the way, how you doing?
Yeah. Hello, Gavin.
Hello, Gavin.
In the UAE.
Why have you sent me a picture of a child?
Whoa.
Oh.
Right. So, Fifey, can you shed that picture?
Oh, I know who he
Yeah,
is. I know
yeah.
who he is.
It's Rich. It's Rich.
It actually fucking looks like me as well.
Right, so.
Love Kovar. Remember he
Yeah.
going off at Kovar was all right.
Oh,
We
you're
just ruined
such
the
a dick.
question.
Right, you've ruined the
That's
question.
after all that, you've answered the fucking question before he's asked
Fuck's
it.
sake.
What
I
was the
reckon
question?
Oh, you bellend. Right. Skip that
Hang
question.
on, whoa. What was the
So
question?
after all that,
Okay. So
after
it's a
all that,
two-part question. Who is it? And what was his unpopular opinion? So cheers for that, Ben.
Sorry.
Well done.
mate.
I think we should just openly discuss. I think
Come
we
on,
can
piss
do
off back to
that.
Gabriel Sutton. Fuck's sake. Jesus Christ.
I remember
Go
remember
back to
watching
your
that
Yankee Forest Green fan. We
Yeah.
don't want you here.
Oh, Jesus.
episode with
Did
that
you
guy
find
on.
out why he supports Forest Green?
I know, he's just an American lad. He's really sound. He's my friend.
You're my friend.
Podcast friend.
Vegan friend.
American friend.
American vegan friend.
Right,
That's why
okay.
it's called for a screen.
Right.
So let's get back on. Question 5. Not
What was
4.
question 4?
No, 4's gone.
Okay.
Question 5.
What
Was
was
his
his
name Joe,
unpopular
though?
opinion?
His name was Joe, though, wasn't it? It was like
It
Joe,
was Joe.
Acklam or something.
It was Chris,
Odd.
isn't it?
Joe. Definitely Joe.
I remember it being Joe, because I remember when we had Joe and Joe on.
That's right.
What was his unpopular opinion?
So
Oh,
I
that was
reckon,
good.
Ned, you read the question out and then we discuss between ourselves because Ben's
right, okay, here we go.
going to know the answer anyway.
Oh,
So
shut up.
who is this? And what's his unpopular opinion? Was it A? Well, obviously, everyone knows his name first. He was very impressed with Pittman's strength and energy. Was it B? Rockin' Robin could take a fantastic penalty as opposed to our team? Or was it C? Lee Power has done a fantastic job as owner given the circumstances.
No, that was Christian.
Oh.
That wasn't Joe.
He's a big power fan, he was.
And then D, Matty Kovar. I really like him. I think the criticism is unfair. So there we go. That one's
Sorry,
that
Joe,
ruined,
if you're
right.
watching.
Sorry, not sorry.
Joe,
I
if you are
think
watching,
we're
we'd love
safe on
someone
that
with
one.
your conscience. If Joe is watching, we'd love someone with his really random opinions to come on the show.
Oh, was that not? I
It'd
thought
make
that
great
was,
banter.
I thought that was Kovar. I wasn't even listening to Ben that well. I thought that was actually Kovar. That's why I put Kovar in the chat. So I actually got it wrong.
No, it's right, isn't it?
It is
right, it was
yeah,
Kovar.
It was Kovar.
It was
Let's
good.
move
I'm
on.
so- why is it Kovar's unpopular opinion or someone else's now? I'm so fucking confused.
I think Si was right that this is going to take about 3 hours.
So confused. So it's Kovar, and it's Kovar's opinion that Matty Kovar was okay.
No, his opinion is that Kovar was good. That was his
Who's
opinion.
the guy in the photo? Kovar?
He thought Kovar was pretty
His
decent.
opinion was Matty Kovar was good.
Yeah.
He wasn't a Swindon fan, though, was he?
Yes, he was.
So it's not
Yeah, he
so the
was.
guy in the
Oh, he
photo
was
is
a
not the
Swindon fan.
keeper.
Yeah, he done some write-ups and stuff. He's done some other pods and all that sort of shit.
You
the
would
guy
you
in
would
front of the
know,
keeper
Ben, because
or
you've done
someone
other podcasts.
If anyone owns a podcast, Ben's been on it.
So is what the guy in the photo isn't Matty Kovar? It was someone else.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Can we move on?
Right,
next, Ned.
With great pleasure.
Right.
It's a great idea,
Sorry, before you move on, when you come to like the year 2 anniversary, one of the questions is going to be, how long did the quiz take? Anniversary of this episode.
What do you mean? By the time it finishes, Si, we'll be filming tomorrow.
By the
Big
time
fat
this
quiz of the year,
finishes,
isn't it?
We'll be cut off. We'll be cancelled.
I hope you're charging $5 by the hour, Si.
Do you remember when Zoom had a little limit? We had to finish by a certain time. Or it cuts off.
Yeah, but that's when we became big time, and I paid the monthly subscription.
Oh.
Right, question 5. Here we go.
Still on 5.
Yeah,
Blimey.
that was 4. Right, so question 5. From which episode did Woody start using his virtual background?
Ooh. That was quite early because
Yeah,
I was
doing
it first, and then he started doing it.
Right, shut up, let him give
everything
me the
I
I
did.
think I know this.
Right, is it from episode 5? No, A, 5, B, 7, or C, 9, or even D, he's never used the virtual background. He actually lives at the county ground.
I want to check my answer now.
You laugh, but I currently have the keys to the counter ground.
What letter was 7?
B.
So B.
Well, Spivey put the fucking letter.
This is my show. I will do as I like.
Yeah, I'll go 7.
Actually, it might have been a couple of sessions in for me because I think I started on episode 5. So that wasn't one of the questions, was it, Ned?
Well, it wasn't an episode 5.
Question 6 is now thrown out the window. No, only joking. The answer was B, 7.
Yes.
Episode 7.
Damn it. Yeah.
Well done.
I think I must have started about episode 5.
I think you were my inspiration.
What? You only started turning up in episode 5? No wonder why no one knew about the first meeting.
Right,
Who was
question
there for the
6.
first 5?
Question 6. What colour were the balloons in the background of Gary
I know
One
this.
Show's appearance? Where people
Where's One Show?
quite rightly
Hashtag
took the
where's One
piss.
Show?
Yeah, where's One Show?
But it's still
Unbelievable.
one show. It
Right.
is forever be one show.
So
One show is
it A, blue and yellow,
Oh.
B, pink and purple, C, blue and white, or was it D, skin tone, as they were giant inflatable penises?
If you've seen a penis that shape, Ned, I'd go to the doctor's, fella. Yeah, if your penis is balloon shaped, I don't think it should be.
Now, if I remember right,
Because they're in
now,
Portsmouth.
we've all put blue and white, I would imagine. Did he not come on after the Rovers game and we all took the piss?
He
They had
did as
blue and
well.
white
But
He
he
balloons
did,
came
yeah.
after the
on the
Rovers
whistle
game.
of the Rovers game of a panelled
Yep.
episode.
Question 7 ruined. I'm joking.
Can we just get? You said there was only 10 questions. I think there should have only been 5.
Blue
I
and white
appreciate
is
the
C.
quiz, Ned.
No, this
Just
is
tell him
number
to fuck
7
off.
now, isn't it?
No. Yeah. So question 7. What is the name of Ben's favourite Indian takeaway?
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
This is my favourite question.
I know that
It's
one.
the answer. Yep. The
You
only
get
one you
great,
get
some
right.
great chicken 69 there.
And we're still waiting for them to sponsor us and all.
Well, Well, all we have to do is wait for Ben to put his answer first, and then that's what I'm waiting for.
Right.
Come on, Ben.
I can't remember. I honestly can't remember.
We'll just look at Ben's face lighten up when he hears the name.
Yeah. It should be quite obvious, to be fair. Is it A, Quinton Spice? Is it
possibly.
B? Is it B, Morgan Spice? Is it C, Corma Chameleon? Or is it D, Papa Dom Thompson?
Ned's so proud of him.
Oh, that Papa Dom Thompson was my favourite answer. Oh, amazing. Papa Dom Thompson.
That is superb, Ned.
And of course...
Didn't that happen to him while he was here? He got popped. He was good for all of 60 minutes.
Are you about popping now?
I'm talking about Nathan Thompson. He's great.
Dom Thompson.
Dom Thompson.
Nathan Thompson. Yeah, he had a good game.
Come on, Ben, get the joke.
Nathan Thompson is the fucking most overrated player we've ever had.
No.
He's a pretty shit. He was right.
That is the worst thing you have ever said.
Yeah, I love Nathan.
He cost us that Preston player.
End the episode.
What is fault? He was fucking injured. Blame
Couldn't have played then, the silly cunt.
blame Cooper for that.
Yeah.
You cannot say that he is the most overrated player when someone like Michael Booth got 50 appearances. He wasn't very good. He was when he went. We didn't miss him.
I think
We
got relegated this season now.
He ain't fucking doing that well now.
Still higher than where Swindon
Still
are.
playing higher than we are.
But me, there's fucking Scott Carson's playing higher than we are, but I don't think we're missing.
Right, question 8. Hang on. Recently, what was the pitiful excuse by Woody for him to not turn up on an episode? Was it A?
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, he had a better offer from Gabriel Sutton.
Who's that?
Was it B? He was stalking Lee Peacock.
Good chance of that happening as well.
I wouldn't use that as an excuse.
Was it C? He had toothache. Or was it D? He had a painfully swollen penis.
Ned, I'm getting a bit worried about you, mate. This is coming up
You're
quite
loving
a
the
lot,
D.
mate.
It's like he gets to D and he's
I didn't realise.
Penis answer, penis.
No,
I didn't realise it, but there is a lot of
I'd just like to
cock in it.
take a minute to say, like, that's about the 4th reference to Gabriel Sutton in a negative manner. He's actually very good at what he does, and if by any chance he does watch one of these episodes,
I don't think he would.
No, I don't think so either.
Big time.
Too big time for us.
He certainly watches. That's it. He certainly wouldn't watch a second episode afterwards. So
I can invite him on if you want, lads. I can ask him if he wants to come on for an episode.
You're gonna drop him on WhatsApp.
That's how he poached Ben. He watched it.
Yeah.
Nah, Ben just puts himself about on Twitter and begs it a little bit. He's like one of those only sign me up. Come on.
I thought I was a social media
He's
horse
like
when I
those-
met Ben.
He's like those footballers that comment on like professional football clubs' posts. Sign me, I'm good. Please pay for me. He does that on podcasts. He's done it on like rugby ones. He knows fuck all about rugby, but he's there. He's like,
right, we ready for question 9?
Yeah.
what's nearly
Right.
the end?
The star of this pod, Royston Cropper's arch nemesis, Cheltenham fan 1 of 127, and according to recent photographs, expecting to have a baby in the coming weeks. Christian, have you seen that picture? You seen that picture when he was sat down with us? He had that blooming.
Yeah, have you not seen the picture where I was grabbing his tits and stuff? I'll send you that one. That was in Rudy's after.
Si, you are going to get spammed with all sorts of shit after this episode.
By the way, if you're watching this episode and you skip forward 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 seconds, it's still shit. Thank you. Not that your quiz is shit, lad.
Oh, it's terrible.
I'm still really enjoying it, Ned.
Oh, I love the quiz.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
all love a quiz.
Last question, Ned.
So, how many different away tops did Christian wear in the more they stayed? Hang on. The more they change, the more they stay the same episode. Was there A, once, one top, B, twice, two tops, C, 3 times, 3 tops, or D, 4?
I've gone for 4 because I seem to remember him doing it every 30 seconds.
Yeah, I think he did. I thought it was more.
The episode wasn't 2 minutes long.
I thought he did 6.
That's what people watch. The first 2 minutes.
They just see who's on the panel. They just see who's on the panel and then switch off.
Yeah. Oh, here's the Ned report. Right. And
I genuinely thought that question was going to be how many different episodes has Christian taken his phone to the toilet without switching the camera off?
Oh, that would have been
times we've seen him in the bar.
Watching all them episodes. So is it 1, 2, 3, or 4? The answer is C, 3.
Oh, fuck off.
And
what's the last question?
It's the last question. Viewers mailbag. Which player did the viewer say was the first player to have worn a shirt with the number 40?
Oh, do you know what? I could ring him now and get the answer.
That'd be cheating, 5 feet.
No cheating, 5 feet.
You don't know the rules of pub quizzes? Fucking hell.
No wonder you're good at champ, man, mate. You got that editor on the go, haven't you?
Hold on, hello, mate. Can you just let me score this one?
Oh, fuck.
So, A.
Let's find a friend.
A. Was it A, Frank McAvenny?
No.
Okay. B, my friend, Charlie Griffin.
He fucking hates you. He loves you because I showed him the clip. But just carefully cut the clip, as you said, but you fucking shit. So he loves you. He thinks you're his fan. Because I showed everyone else the clips and he walked in 10 minutes later and they were just like...
Amazing.
Yeah,
so don't show him that bit.
Right, it is Jay Sheffield.
Oh,
yeah.
Steve. Look.
C. Vincent Pericard or D. John Sheffield. Unbelievable.
Vincent Pericard wore 5 and 9. Thank you very much. The man,
John
the myth,
Sheffield.
and the best player we've ever had.
And that's...
So you've said Thompson's the most overrated and Pericard's the best player we've ever had.
Go.
Ex-Champions League.
Yeah.
Ex-Juventus. Juve.
Well, yeah. So James Milner's won the Champions League. Doesn't make him the best player Swindon's ever
But
had.
that was
Well, no, because that was after us, dickhead.
That was after us.
Still played for Swindon. Michael Carrick's won the Champions League. Doesn't make him
No,
the
not
best
all.
player
that was
Swindon's ever
after.
had.
It was after he played with Pericard won the Champions League and then went to Swindon.
Then when my life isn't complete yet, I cannot retire until I've played for Swindon Town Football Club.
Yeah.
Nesta Lanzano lost a World Cup final, and then very next game he played was for Swindon.
Who?
Nesta Lorenzo,
Lorenzo.
that's them. He was slightly before my time.
Well, the one that ended his career at Burton away.
Guys.
No. The Argentinian. He lost the World Cup final in Italianite and then joined Swindon straight away.
That must be shit for him.
He played Germany in the World Cup final, lost 1-0, and then Ozzy Ardiles signed him for Swindon.
I'd have told him.
Look, guys, I'm looking at Si and he's got the
the look of a man who's realising that this is an hour of his life he's never getting back.
This must be bad.
I was just trying to work out what was worse: losing the World Cup final, then realising your next game is playing for Swindon.
Oh, it could be worse. You could go to
To be honest, I don't think he realised he was coming to Swindon either.
He probably thought we would. It's like big club. Imagine the shit Aussie fed him.
Not on those extra bonuses we were paying him. Not a chance.
Ned, I very much appreciated the quiz. Thank you very much for your effort. There was a lot of effort
and your patience.
And yes, anyone who is still watching, thank you very much for your patience as well. But it's a very nice segue as I want to ask you all now, and even Si, if you do happen to have one. You've spoken about what being on the podcast has been like over last year, but is there one moment that stands out as a highlight for anyone? You know, over how many episodes did you say we'd only done? 37, was it, Ned?
7.
Hang on. I didn't memorise the quiz. 37.
37 episodes. Ben, you've probably featured on 30 of them. Is there any one moment that you either thought was really poignant or really funny? Just something you look back on? No, brilliant.
No.
No, on that note, it's been an absolute pleasure.
But to be fair,
the moment he got the call straight afterwards to get to EFL 72, that was his moment.
To be fair, they're all pretty good.
The moment Gabriel Sutton called him up.
Each and every one, I almost pissed myself laughing. It is so funny. I do love doing these things. And it is a highlight of my day. And there's not been one that really sticks out because they're all good in their own little way. They've all had their own entertaining moments. Even the summer ones when we're doing like little bits and bobs here and there, they were quality to do. I loved them.
Well, I've been
slowly... I've got one.
All right, you'll get your chance. Just hang on, you're at the bottom of the list.
You said anyone. You didn't say you were going in fucking order. God.
Well, I was just going to say that I've been trying to think if there's one moment of each of yours that I've really enjoyed. And my Ben moment of the last year was when Sarah came in after, I think, picking Jack up from football and was going on about he'd been sick on her shoes. And Ben, A, didn't mute his camera, and B, really didn't understand what the fuck was going on. And she just started going mad at him. That was my personal Ben highlight. Go on, Kieran. You're adamant you
know what's going on in day-to-day life. It's fine.
Calling me a twat again.
Mine would be, again, every time we do these, there's something funny that happens that they're all a laugh. But one of my highlights was when Ned did his first Ned report, and he went on and on and on about it. And like he'd gone on, built us up to it, and revealed it was Jerome Sinclair. Woody just goes around eat shit.
Yeah, that was.
It was just fucking howling because it was just like one of those moments, just like, you bastard. Like Ned had built himself up, thought he was really proud of himself for building it up as well. And we're all sat there patiently, and we're all built up thinking it's going to be fucking like Connor Wickerson, Jerome Sinclair. Woody, he's fucking shit.
Yeah.
And all the pictures that followed afterwards as well. So funny.
The Simpsons video. That was hilarious.
Also, Rich said at that point, by the time Ned's told us who the player was, he'd have been injured twice. That was a great follow-up, that was.
That was really good.
Again, when it comes to my favourite Kieran moment of the last year, I don't think it's anything that was broadcastable on any of our shows. It's generally what happens in the WhatsApp chat for Kieran.
I still don't think it is broadcastable, though, is it, Fifey?
No, we can't. We're not supposed to talk about it. Despite other people's best efforts.
My spontaneous abilities, should we say?
Woody, how about you? Is there any standout moments for you?
No.
No. No. That is generally because there's just so many to pick from. I think more than anything, like I think the episode before the last one was fantastic. I've never laughed so much.
That was a good one. That was real fun.
When we couldn't get through the credits.
Intros out. When we couldn't get the intros out. Not the last one, the one before that. Hello, I am Fifey and I am your host.
And also that I can't go about mentioning the Jonathan Douglas episode as well. That was a highlight for me as well. That was fantastic. Bearing in mind the young man's an Irishman. But no, they've all got their own thing. The only thing I'm relieved about is I never got beaten up after saying the town end tossers.
Town end tossers.
Tossers, that's it, yeah.
But yeah, they've all been great. Every single one of them, I've just come off in hysterics afterwards, and I genuinely couldn't pick out one moment. I don't think.
I think I've got probably two favourite Woody moments over the last year. The first one was in the recent episode. Your very passionate, serious discussion about women's football. I thought was one of the better sort of put across points of all the discussions we've had. So I have to applaud you for that. That was definitely one of the best. And also your one episode where you volunteered to present. And then basically, despite giving it the big one in front of the camera, came off afterwards and essentially said, I'm never fucking doing this again. It's a lot. I think the actual message I got was, you make it look a lot easier than it is, Fifey.
Yeah. I've presented webinars in front of 300 people, but doing the Fools Rushing podcast was just way beyond my level. Way beyond my level.
Ned, how about you? Have you got any particular standout moments?
Well, I was going to say Woody, actually, for that one about McCurdy and the women's football. I thought was a really, really good piece. I suppose the other funny thing about that is that we all know that Christian isn't the biggest fan of women's football, but the one time he goes onto Twitter and takes the piss out of someone for being sexist is the time when everyone lays into him. I thought that was absolutely brilliantly ironic. But as everyone says, each episode has its sort of moments, and it's to pick one out is difficult, but I just love it. It's so funny. You get off it on a massive. You finish recording, you're on a massive buzz. And, as you said at the beginning, there's so much banter beforehand as well. As you can see from the last episode, they're all laughing their heads off. I think it was to do with Ben's Chicken 69, wasn't it? Yeah. That was literally you mentioned just before.
Like girls.
And there's loads of banter afterwards as well. I just love it. Everything about it is just absolutely fantastic.
I was going to use the first ever Ned report as my favourite Ned moment as well, because it was hilarious. But again, to pick a slightly more serious one, your monologue about men's health about a month or so ago was also a very good listen, and something I was really pleased and proud that I was able to put out for others to listen to as well. So thank you very much for that.
Fifey, you're making us all sound like we're actually professionals and we take this really seriously.
Believe me, no one watching this will think we're professional.
Unless they forwarded the last 60 minutes.
I was going to say at this point in the podcast.
Yeah, I'm gonna split this episode in half. This bit and the rest.
Just edit out.
I was just going to say edit out the first part.
I mean, Si, again, other than being part of this episode where you've sat and just looked blankly at the screen while we've sort of just laughed at each other.
He's an England international and we're fucking making him sit through this shit. He's like, fucking hell, this what bollocks is this?
I've not got a gun to his head. I'm literally like 150 miles away from him. He can leave whenever he likes.
You said none of us has got anything better to do. This is why we do this. So I must really not have anything better to do. If I was him, I would have fucked off after. I would have been like, right, cheers, lads. See you.
Fair play to Si.
Yes, round of applause for Si for still being here. Is there anything when you think back to your, like, say, 3 or 4 appearances so far, you've spoke very kindly about what we do as a show, but was there anything you remember particularly funny or not, as the case may be?
Honest, the best one so far has been tonight. John, I think because it's been such a piss take and such a kind of like, I don't know, free for all, it's been actually hilarious. It's not 9 times out of 10 you come on there, especially you talk about like your team or future results or future games, it's all quite very serious. There's that sort of, you do get that sort of brief moment of maybe 5-10 minutes of every episode of seriousness, I just seem to get that bit. The rest of it kind of goes above my head. But no,
when Spivey says you've been on 3 or 4, you probably this is the first time you've been on. Actually, no one's ever seen you before.
Yeah, no, I've never met him before. He just phoned me up. I just fancy coming on.
It's a hacker.
You need to boost up the numbers.
Hey, yeah, I've changed your name on your screen to say One Show. Everyone thinks you're Gary. But no, we always appreciate you coming on. It's always good value having you on and having a different voice offering when you do come on. So we do appreciate it. Thank you.
And some sanity.
One thing I would like to say as well, at the beginning of the season, when we did the pre-season one, I think I was the most hopeful or like positive about how you lot were going to get on all season.
We should
That's why we invited you back.
Yeah, we had such a pre-season though. No one would have thought. If you'd have said would be like top 5, we'd have said you're mad.
Well, you did.
Go back and watch the pre-season show. We did. Warren, how about you? Any standout moments?
I loved the On the Whistle episodes because it was just after a game, and it was just it was drivel last year when we were watching it. But we all just used to be raging, didn't we? And we turned a bad thing into a good thing. And I thought every single episode was brilliant when we'd gone from losing a game or how bad we played. But we just turned it into a positive by just we were all going mad, and then we turned it into a laugh, and it was, brilliant.
Therapy.
The only one that was slightly different, did we not do an On the Whistle after, I want to say, Ipswich, when it was on the telly, and we actually
won? Yeah.
We were all like,
the first On the Whistle we did was Bristol Rovers away.
I was going to say, I
on
thought
that Tuesday night, it's Bristol Rovers, and we beat them 1-0 from that Jack Pagos. So we're buzzing. Well, I would do another one for Blackpool at home. We really thought if we won it, we had a chance to stay up. We really thought we were going to win it. And they come and they fucking absolutely turned us out like we were so shit. And I think we all just come on. It was like Easter Friday, I think, or so, or Easter Monday. And we all fucking did it. And we all just sat there like, well, why the fuck have we agreed to do this? And I think I was about a bottle of wine here. And fucking pissed. And
we all got excited by that Dom Thompson for the Ipswich game, and then he got Sheridanised, didn't he? And it was just like, oh no.
My favourite Warren moments is when he's being unintentionally funny, and it's superb. So like the before we hit record on the episode where he came on with the name Unit, and we all ripped his name. That was hilarious. And the day I introduced him as the guy that someone said looks the spitting image of me, and the shock in his face.
I can see it now, Faisal. I can see it. It's the beard, but you can grow it better than mine.
And you know what? It's happened multiple times. I've been told by people that we look like we're related.
Christmas party photo.
Absolutely. Well, given the photos you lot send me on WhatsApp, everyone in Swindon looks like me anyway.
I think Warren's best moment had to be the when we did the unfashionable guilty pleasure 11, and after he said it, he goes, "Right then, lads, whack away."
Oh yeah. But it's actually very appropriate now, Craig.
Yeah,
whack away.
You was ahead of your time, mate.
Oh, Craig, how about you?
Your face?
Craig, what's been your favourite moment?
Oh God! I mean, there's been so many. Just doing the first one, because I haven't told you guys this, but before the first one, I was quite nervous, because we didn't all really know each other well as what we do now. But yeah, doing that one, doing the Adam McLaughlin one was really good because obviously he was my hero and everything else. But there's been so many good ones. The summer episodes were great, where we were coming up with our own like England-Scotland 11, and like I just said, the guilty pleasures one. The Fifeys, play your cards right, the famed lost episode.
The lost episode.
I mean, that was probably one of the best ones. We had such
a good laugh
doing that. And I don't mean to make you feel bad or anything, mate, but it was such a good laugh.
It was so good.
Yeah, they
I
were
have
good.
to say, my best moment, the funniest moment, had to be, and I mean, I've looked back on a lot of the videos, and you can do a best of, Fools Rush In, and you could have a whole 2 hours probably of just Christian. And but the best one was when
Roy Cropper would love that.
you kept in the episode, you kept changing. You was going through a phase where you was changing from grid view to speaker view, and we were on grid view, and Christian joined in late, didn't know we were on grid view, and carried his camera with him while he was going for a piss. Right, we all saw this while we're recording. Right, we didn't say anything, and then later on in the episode, you turned around and said that we're in grid view, and Christian's face was like when he realised that we'd basically recorded him going for a piss, and that was just. I mean, I think if anything sort of sums up, you know, what we do, that's got to be it. You know, for the professionalism and everything else, and just the general laughs. But yeah, there's been, like everyone else has said, there's been so many good ones, and it's just such a good laugh.
And for me, it's already been alluded to earlier, but my favourite Craig moments is almost when you have taken the piss out of yourself. So you keep bringing up the fact of you're one of the older ones, and some of the videos that we've shared outside of the episodes that you've created. I mean, you created the badge that we use on all our social media. You did my favorite one is when you did a video of you and Christian, and I can't remember what was the theme tune you did it to.
The Hovis advert.
Yes, the Hovis advert. And it was all like in black and white and stuff. It was just superb how you were ripping into yourself for being old. I mean, Ben mentioned earlier the Avengers one as well, which was masterful, by the way.
Yeah, the players love that one.
Well, wasn't it?
Yeah. I enjoyed doing that. It took me fucking forever to do it, but yeah, that was worth it. And I do enjoy making them. I got to admit, and I'm glad you all like them. So that's cool.
And I believe, Rich, that just leaves you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, standout moment. Like you say, I think there's been so many to choose from. I think, though, and I wasn't actually a part of this episode, but I did watch it, was the day that Sheridan finally left.
That was a day.
I think,
What a day.
What a day.
Didn't we get like over 500 views on that one as well? Yeah, I think there was that. And then also the other one was when Ben didn't know why that Forest Green fan was Forest Green fan.
He must have been asked about 3 or 4 different ways. So why is someone from America a Forest Green fan? And he just refused to answer the question.
I don't know. I'll ask him. I'll tweet him.
I bet he's in a WhatsApp group with Ben. I bet they've got a rival WhatsApp group.
We don't, honestly, I don't. But I'll tweet him. I'll tweet him. He's got a podcast that he does over there, so I'll tweet him.
Oh, right.
I'm sure you'll feature on it, yeah.
They won't actually find the answer to why he is a Forest Green fan.
No, we genuinely still don't know.
No, we don't know.
No. But the thing is we have to find a clip for you on that, because I think I literally bluntly
fucking hell, another video I'm getting.
I bluntly came out and went, why is he a Forest Green fan? And then Ben just went on to a totally different subject.
But to be fair, I was
put it in the WhatsApp group if you forward it to Si.
To be really honest, though, I was just like, why is anyone a Forest Green fan? Then the American bit made it even more confusing.
Forest Green are a stupid little vegan club that should be fucking going bust. Pricks.
Such a Wordsworth, aren't you? Such a Wordsworth.
Bearing in mind the last episode we were talking about discrimination and all of this kind of stuff. Forest Green should go because they're a vegan club.
No, Forest Green should go because they're a small tin pot club. I've got nothing against vegans. I've got some very close friends that are vegans, but
you're backtracking now, mate.
No, I didn't mean that. They all Vince's a cunt. Their fans are cunts. Everything about them's a cunt. But their chips they do at their ground. Their chips and curry sauce, and it's fucking nice. It's a good chips. It's like rivaling Cruise one. So if we could just take that and then the rest of it can just fuck off and be obliterated.
But in all seriousness about Forest Green, how can they get away with doing the vegan stuff? If you went to, like, say, Colchester and it was all meat, you'd be like crucified. So how do they? I don't get that. That's like positive discrimination. I don't like it.
Yeah. It's still discrimination against it. I can't get a big juicy sausage.
So this is the problem with
going back.
predominantly a Swindon Town podcast, even when people who aren't Swindon fans come on and feel the hatred towards Forest Green and their veganism, they just get angry themselves regardless.
And does anybody else ever, like when they speak about Forest Green, you just think back to probably the more younger people, just think back to the people in school that were like, oh, I'm now playing for Forest Green Academy. That always reminds them. I'm just like, no, Forest Green was shit then. They're shit.
Yeah.
Like, but
They still are,
like big time. It was like big time to be at Forest Green's Academy.
Gents, it's been a wonderful trip down memory lane. Thank you for
didn't get what was your favourite moment?
Oh, sorry, yes, my favourite Rich moment.
Not like
wasn't
they
one.
didn't have one. Fuck off.
I mean, again, the obvious favourite Rich moment is the Jonathan Douglas one. But there's been a couple where your camera's frozen with you in very inopportune facial positions.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Widely shared on WhatsApp. And again, if you ever give him permission to share it, I would love the Dry Your Eyes Mate video to go out, because that is one of the funniest things I have ever seen.
I know I sound like a bad sport, but no, I can't have that.
I personally don't care.
So to explain it to Si, and for anyone who obviously no one's seen the video, but there was one particular episode where Rich went on.
I regret I asked this now.
An absolute rant. And Craig clipped this rant. He took everything else out. He clipped this rant and put it to the Dry Your Eyes Mate music.
Like Scott Parker.
So yeah, Rich went full Scott Parker. And it was so, when he shared it, we were all just crying with laughter. And Rich was like, no, you can't share this. And we're like, please let us share this. He's like, no, you're absolutely not sharing this. But Craig still has it saved away for that day where Rich grows up and says, do you know what? It's only a laugh. You can share it.
Craig, can you send it to me, mate? I just want
to. Woody has a few people he'd like to share it with.
Yeah, I might accidentally tweet it on the Swindon Town Women's Twitter account. You all right with it?
Listen, thanks to all of you for joining. It's been a great trip down memory lane for the last year. It's been great to celebrate a year of doing these. And again, here's to the next year of more and even better content. We'll try and do more than the 37 episodes in the next 365 days. That's until people say, look, lads, will you please stop fucking doing these episodes?
Or until we get banned.
Yeah. But we have plans to make, year 2 bigger and better. There's obviously stuff we can improve on, but at the end of the day, we enjoy what we do, and we hope you enjoy what we do.
Have to be very masculine. Yeah. So what does that mean? I'm struggling with that.
Who is watching what while we're recording? I'm looking. Well, Kieran's. See, I thought it was Kieran, but he's muted.
Yeah, no, I re-muted myself because I forgot I had that live stream. I'm watching McFly's live stream while we're doing this. So I'm not really. The last 10 minutes, there's a competition, I might have won it. So we're just we're not. I haven't really paid attention for the last 5 minutes.
Oh, babe.
No, that just means I've got to watch the episode. That'll be my first episode that I've actually watched.
Actually, I'll clock up the numbers. Yeah, I'll clock up the numbers. So yeah, please do.
But yeah, so thank you for all of you for coming on tonight to celebrate the podcast's birthday. Thank you to anyone who is watching this episode, has watched any episode.
And still watching it.
And still watching this episode. Thanks to everyone who engages on Twitter and Facebook, etc. We appreciate any and all feedback, positive and negative. And yeah.
But if you're negative, you're a prick.
Yeah.
But again, thanks everyone, and until the next episode, goodbye.
Well, lads.
Goodbye from me. Goodbye from him.